Welcome to Rimworld, recorded by the dumbest idiot on the face of the planet. So rather than, this is something I just realised before I start the episode, rather than having these nutrient-based meals produced by these slushy boys, oh god, why did I say that? Produced by these, great dragon egg fertilised. Oh, that's awesome. Rather than the slurry boys producing, obviously, meals which get put in a shed to rot away, why don't we put them into this cold room that we've already got set up? I don't know why I've never thought about that before, but anyway, this is already a freezer. Oh, it's not, 'cause it's unroofed. Why do I do this to myself? So funny. Right, anyway, now it's roofed, so I've killed two birds with one stone. Oh, also worth pointing out, the neutralopes died, and then there was a fire, and it killed two of the other neutralopes. So that's not doing well. Anyway, it was something to do with the plague. More importantly, the reason why I wanted to start now, normally I would probably wait for this to have finished built, but why we're starting now is because we've apparently got an Android trader, and apparently, these boys, I'm hoping, rather than being an Android merchant, like a merchant that just happens to be an Android, I'm hoping they sell Androids. Maybe that's slavery, I don't know, but either way, we're going to speak to them. They want to buy... They do. They actually do sell Androids. Oh, but they're only the lowest level ones, so I'm not too concerned about that one. What else have they got? They do have Android upgrades here, so we've got basic counterweight. Large steel ball on the end of a rod. Can be installed on K9 cybernetic unit. Okay, that's not... I would love to build some of the Android animals as well. I think that might be something cool to check out this episode, along with making the Resurrector mechs, which are long overdue. Agricultural implant. These could be very, very good, because then we could have the robots run the farm, and then obviously have them very efficient at doing the farm, and then have our crafters, because bear in mind, the majority of the colony is crafters, you know. We've got over half of them there with 7+ skills in crafting, which is obviously very good. I'm thinking we build a load of robots, just have those two things. Priscilla, why are you sleeping there? Priscilla. Can't wait, unowned. Why is Priscilla sleeping on the floor when there's 2 free bedrooms? Did she collapse due to exhaustion, maybe? Perhaps. I have no idea. Anyway, welcome back to Rimworld. I've got a little bit of the Sith Temple built. I actually wanted to get more done than this, but unfortunately, like I said, I wanted to trade with those Android merchants, and just in case we got anything cool out of it, I didn't want to have that cut out of the episode. Also got some visitors, the Blue Thicket Union, that's fantastic. So any good allies are extremely valuable right now, seeing as we've got 3 different factions that hate us, not including, you know, the Android Uprising, or the Pirates, or the usual people who are hostile to you. We've actually managed to piss off 3 factions, being the Rebels, the Hate-Home Confederacy, and the Empire as well, of course, the Empire. So, what's the plan? Well, I thought first things first, we need another cauldron, and actually we've almost got enough to be able to build that. We need a little bit more plasteel, and if we just get the dude in charge of, if we get Shari to work on the plasteel, then in theory we should be able to get another one of these out, and that's going to double our resource intake, which I think is very, very valuable. Now, what about these? Are these this episode? Still 61%. These things take so are these Crater Dragon eggs? Oh, that's awesome. These things take so long to hatch. I don't know what these are going to be. Hopefully they're not, like, massively disappointing now, given the amount of work that's, you know, gone into waiting for them to hatch there. So, this is going to be the sort of Sith council chamber, if that's the right word for it. I don't know if... Did the Sith have a council? I don't remember. Either way, we're going to have a load of Sith meditation pads in here and sort of act... This can act as our, like I said, main council room. I thought that's appropriate. Now, this episode, we should finish researching healer mechanites, and those are going to allow us to resurrect the 3, technically 4 dead... you know, Sith in our, or what will be Sith in our freezer. So we've got Ileana Woodard, who has Force Sensitivity, Elsie Rich, who is also Force Sensitive, and Ed Giles, who is a Force Apprentice, which is a slight upgrade. Then, of course, we have Orlean, Krup's dead lover in the sarcophagus, contains Orlean, who is also, well, she already has some Force powers. Hopefully the resurrection doesn't remove their XP or anything like that. Hopefully that will be stored elsewhere. Now, I wanted to talk about next series, what we're actually... Oh god, the hiccups have already begun, why? So I wanted to talk about next series. So I was kind of considering maybe cancelling Rimworld, but so many of you have said, hey, please don't cancel Rimworld. It's the only thing I watch on the channel, and I like it a lot. That it's going to stick around for a while more, at least. But we're going to do another series, definitely, let's put it that way. Maybe after that one I'll change my mind, but definitely another series is on the cards. I figured the one thing we've never really done with Rimworld, and the one thing that Rimworld is intended to be done with, is a very super hard playthrough. And I'm not going to say, like, super hard to the extent that it's going to be, you know, difficult to watch, because it'll be boring, or it just means struggling to grow food or whatever. But I want to throw in some fairly challenging mods, coupled with a fairly challenging start, because I feel like a lot of these mods have just been, you know, more of a city simulator, I guess, than a survival simulator. Right now, look at us. We're that much of a luxury that we can afford to have an absurd amount of animals, and we're building a literal Sith temple that we really don't need. So I want to ramp up the difficulty for next series and go for something very, very hard. Now, not so hard that it will take away from my sort of usual playstyle, but hard enough to bring something new to the table. So if you've got any suggestions for a playthrough like that, please let me know. I've already got some things in mind. We're going to add things like, oh, speaking of which, like the game heard me. Speaking of which, we are going to add things like Dub's Bad Hygiene mod that I think adds a nice little bit of difficulty, a nice little bit of realism. Realism mods is probably what I'm going for, rather than difficulty mods. So another mod that's been suggested to me is the realistic fog of war. So you can only immediately see things in front of you. So like, for example, if you had that mod enabled, we wouldn't be able to see all the way down here because we can't see that area. It's miles away. So we'd only be able to see, like, say, around our base or wherever our colonists are running around. I think that could be very fun. Combat Extended has since been updated since I've started this series as well, so I think installing that will mean a little bit more tactics are necessary. Maybe going for a harder start in terms of the map we're playing on. Like, this one's been fairly difficult because of the temperature, but now that we've got coolers and everything set up, it's like, you know, again, just kind of just inconvenient at points rather than anything else. So again, I want to go for something like that, you know, a more difficult, realistic playstyle. So if you guys have any suggestions, please let me know. 60 more plasteel is fantastic, because that means that this is going to get built a lot quicker. Now, we had a lot of plasteel kicking around anyway, because of all the mechanoids that we disassembled a couple of episodes ago. Speaking of which, right on cue, I think we've got a lot more mechanoids waiting to be disabled. Now, this is going to be a lot, isn't it? I would love to upgrade the front of the base from sandbags to embrasures. I think that's something we definitely need. Embrasures are sandbags, but better. You know, I'm you, but stronger. So these actually give a cover effectiveness of 99%, whereas the sandbags, which are back under security, was it like 70? 65 with these boys. So as you can imagine, these are slightly better. Now, also getting mud moats all down the front of here as well would help out a lot. Granted, for allies and things to walk over, it would be a little less convenient. Oh shit, we've also lost the bridge. I guess the fire got it. Okay, in that case, and also some turrets as well, but at some point. But we've only got the basic turrets, and I think we'll wait for the other research to finish first before we go for more advanced turrets. So right now, I'm thinking before we activate the psychic ship, very, very, very quickly, let's get rid of the sandbags. We'll leave the gun turrets in place, obviously, because those are fairly useful for colonists who, you know, say turn up without a weapon, which seems to happen with frighteningly increasing frequency. We'll also cancel the floors here, or cancel the walls, or whatever, very quickly, just because this is the top priority. Getting rid of this psychic ship definitely falls way before building a Sith council chamber, of all things. Alright, so let's go. And walls also take a while to build. Sorry, embrasures, I should say, take much longer than walls. So this is not like it's going to be a quick undertaking, but it should definitely be prioritized. So let's go with something like this. And again, now that we know how lethal these mechanoids are, I want to get these down before we fight them, because it was almost a little bit of a struggle last time, you know. It was not looking good for a little bit, especially when all of them erupted from that ship and there was like hundreds of mechanoids. I think we need to shore up defenses just a little bit before that. So what else have we got going for us? What other, you know, maybe we could just go for some mud moats. Even though we don't necessarily need to cover all of it either. We could go with something like this and sort of force them down that central path. Remember something like that. That could work, right? I don't think that's too bad. And then it also allows our allies to move down if that type of thing is necessary. Thank you, Sidini. Let's get these walls built. So again, these things take quite a long time to build. It's 58 work compared to your regular wall, which is 15. So it does take almost 3 to 4 times as long there compared to your regular one. Almost 4 times as long. Right, okay. This is going to help out a lot, though. Again, that cover effectiveness is going to be massive against rocket launchers. Maybe not. Against grenades, maybe not. But against, you know, centipedes with miniguns. Anything like that, it's going to be a lot better. So I think this is a good start. Shooting star, what was that? What is this? So this is cool. I've actually never heard of this before. Not only, well, we've got those peace talks, which we saw a couple of episodes ago between the Haytime Confederacy and the Rebels. So definitely not touching that one. Wait, does it use their... oh, I was going to say maybe the hands correlate to their you know, communities, but I guess not. It's the Haytime Confederacy, who are these guys, right? Yeah. No, so it's red and green, so that doesn't matter too much. This sounds cool. Crash site. It just says approximate place a spaceship came down. Maybe it's just loads of ship chunks. Maybe it's technology. We're definitely going to check this out, because I've not heard of that before. That sounds really cool. But again, we'll deal with the psychic ship first. We've got another crash spaceship to deal with before anything else. Mental break is okay. Priscilla is sad. Why is Priscilla sad? Why are you sad, Priscilla? Oh, because we still got the psychic drone. They seem recreation starved, which we've had a couple of times. Well, she is asleep during recreation time. I might actually crank that up a little bit. I might increase the amount of time they get for recreation just by going like this very quickly. And let's go ahead and... I think that's fine. They get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 hours sleep a night. So that's not like it's ridiculous. Plus, you know, during recreation, they can choose to go to bed if they're tired. We are pushing them quite far. This is 12 hours of work every day. I don't know, maybe we could do anything just to start things off here. I need to make sure that those other boys... Hang on. You know what? Actually, you've got way too much recreation, you little robot shit. Get out of here. I suppose robots don't need sleep. So wait, have we not got 2 robots? What's the other one called? Harper? Harper, why have you got... no, Harper's got sleep. Who was the other robot? Oh, did one die? One died. I remember now. Okay, so this robot is just basically... I mean, they don't need anything, do they? Right, that's looking a little bit better, I think. We'll test that one out, see how it goes. Alright. Don't worry about that. Oh, you know what? This dude, who is nighttime, so the anything comes at the end of... Wait, Carl Calrissian has no... Oh, no, he does have sleep. I'm blind. Right, so we'll do that for Carl. There we are. That's a little bit better, I think. I want them to all have their recreation basically lined up, just because, you know, it gives them chance for social interaction, parties, that type of thing. So it's good to have that lined up, even though it's slightly out of schedule there. What I am tempted to do for a little bit of extra defense is put down these structural supports and build roofs over everything. Simply because the trees are providing cover, and the swamp, trees can still grow in swamplands. It is just, or mud moats, I should say. It is mud after all. So I'm tempted to put down a couple of supports here and roof over the lot of it, just so that, obviously we don't need to put it that close to the wall. But if you put one there, put one here, and put one roughly here, and then have them roof over the lot of it. And similarly, we'll do it over this side of the river as well, because this is where a lot of enemies come from. Now, the supports themselves will provide a little bit of cover, but I don't think it's that much to worry about her. Oh my god, really? There's me saying that the heat's manageable. Maybe I've lied. Okay, so we'll do this. Just to stop the trees growing. That's literally all I'm interested in right now. I was going to say, can it be built over palm tree? That's probably for the best. Right, Carl's quickly getting all the... how much work are these? 17. So he's just going and putting them... So he's actually delivering resources. That's why those are filled in now. Even though, obviously, it takes no resources for that. Do we also want to rebuild the bridge? I mean, if they're allies, it doesn't matter if it takes them a few seconds longer. But for a raid, that could be fairly significant. So I'm going to leave it like that. Wish they wouldn't deliver resources to things that clearly don't need resources. It's a little bit annoying. Ooh, more ship chunks. Oh, that's awesome. That was a lot of ship chunks as well. Oh, awesome. Wow, that's a really big deal, because these are blue ones give plasteel. So plasteel is obviously what we need for our drill. We're currently up to 227 out of 400. After this mechanoid, I think we can get ourselves a second, maybe even a third drill, seeing as this one's basically over halfway there. Right, now let's make sure everybody's got correct weapons. Lamasu, I'm going to get you to get the EMP launcher. Aina Ugdras has an anesthetic rifle, which I will assume won't affect mechanoids, so we'll get her to get EMP grenades. Harp has a vibro sword. I think he's a brawler, though, isn't he? Ah, that sucks. Genuinely does suck, because it really does nothing for us having somebody with a vibro double blade. Alright, Shari has a weapon. I just want to make sure everybody's got guns beyond that. Priscilla needs a rifle, so we'll give her a DC blaster rifle. Elo Voknik has nothing. Look at how precise I'm getting these days. How rare is it that I don't check weapons after the raid has begun, huh? I was thinking we should also probably tame some, speaking of which, just seeing him walk past there, some boomalopes as well, I think would be kind of cool. So those are acid rifles. I'm not sure how effective acid is against a creature that doesn't have skin, but we'll wait and see. Mitsuya has 2 weapons. Now, I've been told that for the shooting, dual wielding is very, very powerful if you're a high level. So if you've got, you know, 17, 18, 19, dual wielding is incredibly good. But if you're lower, then it actually has a massive, massive negative effect on your shooting skill. So I'm thinking maybe we just swap her 2 weapons out for 1 bigger blaster rifle. Oh shit, we've got an E11 there. E11 blaster rifles are very good though, aren't they? In fact, I think they're incredibly good. So anybody without an E11 is going to definitely get one. Cotway has a slug thrower. I think the E11's better. I'm calling it now. How many of those have we got kicking around? I think we got just the 3, right? Yeah, there we go. So that's all of them gone. Sweet. And then we've also got a blasted carbine, so I think everybody's equipped. Just want to be a little more cautious with this. So for 2 repair kits, this is what I was told according to the comments last episode. For 2 repair kits, we can actually change Harper into an android that has better traits. Because right now, obviously, he's got Brawler, which is terrible. Convert advanced android. Oh. Oh, right. That's for when they're prisoners. Got it. So I'm thinking, remove self-will artificial brain. So if we can install an artificial brain and what? places them in a trance-like state, obeying every instruction. I guess they'd be slower as a result. So they lose their personality, but, you know, become obedient. Personality change, I think that's very, very useful, but requires super packets. We'll work on that later. So what I was actually doing here is very, very quickly checking all of our people for high shooting stat. In fact, Aina Ugdras has 16 shooting, so I might actually make a dual wield and sort of see what the result is. So can we... Okay, so obviously I have set those up to not be used in the offhand because that's a little ridiculous. What if you go for, like... Oh, Nim Slug Thrower can't be used offhand either. So this is going to be like maybe 2 launcher pistols. That could be devastating against a big group of mechanoids like that. So let's see if... Let's put this to the test. And we might give someone else those grenades. Wait, can a brawler use grenades? No. I guess they aren't a melee weapon, so that would make sense. You've got fairly okay shooting. I think anybody over 15 shooting I might allow to dual wield and just sort of see what the results are. Sidini also has over 16 shooting. In fact, I think he's the only other one. Right, Sidini, what have you got? Got a blaster carbine. I assume those cannot be dual wield, unsurprisingly. Sure. Let's go for... We've got blaster rifles. We've got a lot of blast pistols. We've got more launch pistols as well. Have we only got one more? That's a real shame. Although, there's no reason he can't equip that in his offhand. Wait, can he equip... Wait, whoa, that's not right. Wait, you can have a main gun in your... Oh! Oh, that's kind of cool. So he can dual wield, but he has... a pistol in his offhand and a big gun in his main hand. Well, that doesn't seem right, but I'll go for it. Okay, good luck, Sidini. Right. How is our plan coming along here? The trees are getting rid of. That's fantastic. We need to dig the... I was going to say the swamp, but the moat still. It's going to take a while, but I think we can still afford a little bit of more psychic wave here. Moods seem high. Priscilla is on the floor. A heat stroke, I would assume. Oh, God, indoors is very warm. Oh, God, indoors is incredibly warm. Why? We've got a lot of coolers as well. That's nuts. I guess it's because the base is just so much larger now. Oh, that one's also turned off, so turn that one back on. Have we got some others turned off? Just that one. It seems incredibly warm in here, and I'm not entirely sure why. But either way, I mean, it is 57 degrees outside. Considering that, I think that's fair. I think that's very, very fair. We could also turn the heaters off as well and save a little bit of electricity. I don't think it's necessary, though, in hindsight, because it will just maintain a constant temperature then in winter and summer. I'll put a heater dedicated on this room. Well, like this one up here, it's 52. Oh my god. Okay, so we'll put a couple on this one as well. But we won't connect that up to the main one. We'll just have this one be its all sort of self-contained ecosystem. Infrastructure? Wait, climate. That's the word. Okay, now might be the time to do it. We've got a trade caravan that's turned up and it's hanging around the base. We've also got a much stronger drone enabled, and to be honest, it's almost done. Like, they've got a couple more walls, a couple more power cables to put down here, so I'm kind of tempted just to go for it now, just to drag these guys into it as well. So this might not be a bad idea. Now, the heat stroke has just ended. It did knock Priscilla and Akashir, I think it was. Yeah, not both of those guys out of the fight, so this is taking a little bit longer, but we seem to be doing all right now. What are we missing? Why have they not worked on that? Oh, it's just because they haven't had time yet. Now, I'm hoping we can finish off just this last little bit. I might even wake Krup up just to... Come on, Krup. Just finish it off, my dude. It's a tiny, tiny little bit more. The ground is done besides this. A couple of... Oh, man, I didn't realize there was one there, to be honest with you. We've got a couple more supports, but... why are the trees grown? Is that not roofed over? I think it's roofed over everywhere but that, isn't it? That's absolutely hilarious. Oh, my God. Yeah, no, it absolutely is. Sure, we'll worry about that in a minute. Let's get these last 2 blocks done before we do anything else, and then we can start the psychic ship attack. Right, everybody else, let's get them into position. Everybody has what I would deem to be the best weapons possible for them. You know what, in hindsight, why don't we start them there and see if we can't get them... That's pretty good. I feel like that's quite a nice little lineup there. Alright, Krup, you are going to be the one, as always, to start the ship, because he can also use force speed and run away from there without getting himself killed. Okay, here we go. Right, so the majority of people are in position. Let's get people sort of behind the guns. Harper can come forward, because he has a melee weapon, which is fairly useless. Sidini, rather you be... So Akashir doesn't have a gun. So let's get him on the gun complex. Get you two here. Okay. Who has lower range weapons? So Carl, obviously, is also... that guy, so that guy, but also a melee character. Thinking people with low range weapons need to go a little more inside. We are waiting on someone else, but it's going to be like 2 of the older, slower characters. Right, there we go. That looks fine. Honestly, that looks fine. Aina Ugdras, I'm going to move up this way. Mitsuyu can go into here simply because she has launcher pistols, so I'd rather she gets it more centralized. Okay. Good luck, team. Let's do it. Trade Caravan's still here, so we do have a little bit of support. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get Krup close. Then we're going to use force speed. Then we're going to hit it with a lightning bolt. You know what? Move back. Hit with a lightning bolt from distance. Okay, what are we up against? This one actually looked easier than last time, but it's kind of hard to tell with some of these newer mechanisms that I don't particularly recognize. So we've got what appears to be 1 Goliath, 2... yeah, we've got 1 Goliath, 4 Crawlers, 1 Assaulter. We've got 2 Kraken, 2 Centipede, and a Wasp. I think besides that, we're good. So it doesn't look like any Scythers or anything like that. Not that we would really care much. Those would actually be preferable, because obviously with melee, I think we'd win no problem. Right, Krup's going to run. Hopefully they're going to follow. Some are following, some aren't. The Centipedes are just going to stand and guard the ship. That's great. Honestly, we're dividing them right up here. So there actually is a Lancer there as well. That's good. So we're actually getting half the army, or you know, the bulk of it, to be honest with you, moving up. But we know Centipedes are quite bulky. They're quite strong. So separating those guys from the pack is a good plan. Krup is having a real problem getting across that river, huh? Oh my god, he's locked down. You can't get across. Well, this sucks. Like, he can't get across the river because whenever he deflects bullets, it pulls him back into the square he was at before. So my boy Krup actually might be super screwed. I'm going to be honest. He may be stuck. That's a grenade. That's another grenade. I think Krup might die. Krup, get across the river. Krup, get across the river. Hauling bot, get out of here. Deactivate. Right. I don't know what we're supposed to do in this scenario. I feel like it's a little bit shitty. So he's got grenade launchers. So what I would say is choke him if we can. It's kind of annoying that he's locked down like this. Okay, just don't bother crossing the river. Get out, get out, get out. That's it. Get back onto land, and we'll just kite them. We'll move Krup away to safety. Okay. Yeah, that really sucks that we can't get across the river with a lightsaber, because he's just going to deflect the bullets and stand still. It seems a little odd. Anyway, at least from this distance, he can also do a little bit of damage. That person has a charged rifle, so let's blast him. Nice. Okay, our traders are here, but the issue is if we shoot them in the back, it is going to make them probably not best pleased. Let's put it that way. Choke him out, because he, I think, is most dangerous. Is that actually doing damage to them? Oh, shit, did I choke out the Assaulter? Of course, the Krakens, you actually have to click on their gun, which is a little bit annoying, because, you know, in times like that, I'm more likely to target the other thing. Anyway. Right, we're fine. I don't think any of our people have actually taken any significant damage, have they? A lot of them actually can't attack because the enemies are too distant. Now, let's get Priscilla on a gun. Not that it'll help out, but this is fine. Okay, so let's throw out a Force Lightning. Go for that Kraken with the grenade launcher. Man, these things are durable. These things are very, very durable. The Mechanoids are killing a lot of the tribals. They are going to kill their llamas, though, hopefully. If they do, that's great news. Oh, the llamas are attacking. And that's their trade caravan, so they're going to drop everything they had. Fantastic. Well, that's great. That's just basically free stuff for us, because it also isn't going to reduce their tribe's opinion, because it's not our fault. You know, this is a mechanoid attack. It's not, isn't it? That's not my doing. But kind of. I mean, it is, but don't worry about it too much. Right. Krup is no longer any use, so I'm going to move away from the combat so he isn't dragged into it. In fact, I'm going to get him to try and cross the river down here, because he might just be able to do it. I think he should be able to get across now without being locked down like he was before. This is working well. This is working well. Again, more people dying, but look up here. No opinion loss. Stay strong. And then we'll send Krup in. You know what, Krup, actually, just go and meditate, my dude. Like, genuinely, just go and meditate. Where's the meditation pad these days? I thought I put it somewhere center. Did I put it in his house? Oh my god, you know what? I removed it, but I forgot to... Oh, no, it's in the fridge. I remember. There you go. Go and meditate. Let's get those force powers back, because we need to actually destroy the spaceship after we're done here. Alright. I have full faith in the colony at this stage. I think our boys have got it. Can you actually shoot them with that? What's the range? Oh, it's quite far. You know what? I'd rather not risk it. Let's move him south and move someone who can't attack up. There we go. Let's do that. So now everybody... There we go. Now everybody's in combat. That's great. Priscilla getting absolutely lit up, but if we get Krup to rest, obviously we can send it back and heal other, assuming it works this time. Come on, take him down, please. No one else gets shot. Just got to pray at this stage. We've just got to pray. It's us basically praying and spraying versus them who's praying and spraying. But obviously, this is where I'm so glad they built these marble embrasures, because all three of these guys have the, what is it they've got? The heavy charge blaster, which just is kind of similar to a minigun in the sense that it fires randomly, and a lot of those shots are going to hit the walls. So this is very, very good. Right, Krup is getting more force powers back. Now we've just got to sit and wait. Everyone's in combat as well, besides Akashir, but that's because of distance. Okay, the assaulter's down. The lancer, sorry, is down. Just waiting on these freaking centipedes. There's one. Okay, we've only got one left. Everybody can still attack it. Nice, look at that. That was well done. Well, that was genuinely well done. Right, everybody is going to head to hospital beds who's injured, and conveniently enough, Krup is there with enough force powers to be able to heal them up. Actually, in hindsight, now that I think about it, having a pad inside the hospital is great because it means that he can very quickly heal people up. Right, so Priscilla, are you going to... Oh, Priscilla needs to actually get off the gun. It's kind of annoying that when you undraft everybody, they don't immediately get off the guns or whatever, but there we go. Right. So, everybody, so let's get you to heal him up first. Let's wait for him to get in the bed, because this doesn't always work. There we go. It's like they have to be in the bed before it does the job. Okay, I probably should have gone with Priscilla first, seeing as she's literally bleeding out. Reserved by Cotway, so Cotway's on his way. We'll let him finish it off, because I imagine someone else is going to... Well, those are the only two injured. Are you alright? Death in 11 hours, yeah, it's nothing to worry about. Reserved by Cotway. Yeah, where is Cotway? Oh, he's miles away. Oh, he's getting medicine from up there. What? Where did he even get that medicine from? Am I blind? I thought medicine was only allowed in here. Items? Oh, it's manufactured, isn't it? Medicine, yeah. Oh, it's low priority. Shit. That's my fault. Okay. There's probably another stockpile that allows that. This guy's also injured, but apparently... Oh, he's shot in his leg, but he's not bothered by it. Do you actually want to go rest, my dude? Honestly, what is wrong with you? I'm sorry, guys. I've got to clean the floor. Don't worry about the giant gaping hole in my leg. I'll get over it. Right, so Krup, while we're waiting for that to... Oh, there's an Acklay there. Those would be fun to tame, but we won't worry about it too much. What we should also do is actually rescue this dude. We should absolutely rescue Grasshopper. I'm going to do that now with the heal other. Right, come on. Go, Krup. Hey, there you go. You're welcome, by the way. Yeah, don't sweat it. Right, we've got a lot of resources from that as well. 333 Twi'lek leather. Oh, that's concerning. Well, we haven't got any Twi'lek in the colony. That's actually the only race we don't have. We've got Rodians, Wookiees. Do we have any Zabrak? I don't think we have any Zabrak, though, do we? So those are like Darth Maul, by the way. Right, so let's get all of these hauled. Now, the plasteel that we get from these guys are going to add to our drill. So this is massive. This is like genuinely very, very good. Let's get everything hauled urgently, even the dead bodies. Let's get them buried because we don't need that mood debuff. Don't need that evil in our life. Right. Krup, good luck. I think he's immune to the powers of a ship. You know, he's a Sith Lord at this point. He's doing a Kylo Ren, you know, when he does his little tantrum and starts swinging his lightsaber around in the ship. 35 more plasteel on top of that. I think we've got enough for our second drill. That's so good. I know it seems a little odd, you know, wishing that we would get more psychic ships, but holy shit, that was great. And honestly, the raid itself wasn't too difficult. We really need that bridge back. You know, I thought that bridge, leaving it gone, would be a good idea. And maybe to some extent it was, especially as it stopped, like, the Goliaths and the Crawlers. But, you know, for these guys, which seem to be more and more frequent, it's not. It's only just hindering us, because Krup couldn't even retreat there. So let's go ahead and build that bridge back up again. I'm going to make it slightly larger as well. There we go. That'll do. That looks pretty good. If you guys don't use Runtime GC, by the way, definitely do it. You can sort of see up here. It's a tool. I've never really spoken about it, but I generally use it a few times each episode. That helps keep the game running quickly by removing some of the things that are stored in memory that aren't needed anymore. So things like visitors that come in caravans, if they're not, you know, important, it can get rid of those world pawns. It can get rid of things like filth in your home area, which I don't use filth in the home area, and I don't use corpses in the current map. Otherwise, it gets rid of, you know, animal corpses like these as well, for example. And I feel like it kind of is a little bit unbalanced. Because if you get a big raid and you have to bury all the bodies, you can just press this button. So, and I generally don't use, again, filth in the home areas. You can see there, I don't use that one. Because that's, you know, part of the game is cleaning up after yourself. So, besides that, though, it's a great mod if you guys have a slightly slower PC. For me, because I'm using so many mods, it's more or less essential. Just because any memory when you've got this many mods running is a blessing, to be honest. But yeah, no, that's great. I just wanted to point that out very quickly because I just ran it then. Now, one thing I did also do, and I have to admit, I went into dev mode to turn on the rain because apparently there was a huge fire here and it was making the game run incredibly slow. Even after using Runtime GC, I was getting like, you know, on speed 3. I don't know if this actually captioned the video, does it? No, it doesn't. We're currently getting about 51 frames a second on speed 3. Before, when the fire was active, though, it was genuinely like 10 frames a second. It was horrible for me to try and play, and I think it would have been horrible for you guys to watch. It's rare I would do that, but it was over here. It wasn't away from the base. We weren't at any risk or anything. It's purely just so it didn't make my eyes bleed out of my head. You know what won't make my eyes bleed out of my head? No, it's not the patrons, because I don't think there's time for that yet, but it is. Look. My god, even without dismantling the mechanoids, we had enough. 384. It's Shari. Shari, you've done it, my dude. It's the plasteel. I've got... I don't know if I actually did that in the video, but I did put plasteel up to the highest priority. Oh, a mining co spaceship's here. I'm requesting repairs, of course. Krup Voosh personally will repair your spaceship. Or not. Start repairs. There we go. We have to click that button, right? Oh, you have to place them near a stockpile. 3 components, 98 steel. Oh, that's cool. So how would we do that? I would do this one. Clear all. Low... that's kind of annoying that you have to do it in this method, though, right? Critical. Then we'll say... again, a search bar for this would be absolutely 10 out of 10. Rimworld 2, when it comes out, you had that one. It's my game of the year every year. Right, okay, let's go raw resources. We need steel, and what else was it? Components, that was it. What chips are made of? Steel and components, naturally. ISS, steel and components, that's all it took. Just that, Elon Musk, and 400 hours worth of work time. What the fuck is components? Manufactured. Manufactured. Cut. For God's sake. I wish it would reset when you close the menu as well. Although, saying that, sometimes when you go between different menus, that would be a pain. Hey, I've just noticed our moisture pumps have actually progressed really, really far. I kind of just set them and forgot about them, but they're doing a really good job there. Alright. Now, fingers crossed, we're going to get... You know what I should do? I should make this really, really small. Like, 3 blocks small. Oh, you know what? 2 blocks small would do it. Because it's just components, isn't it? It's just components and whatever else. So, I kind of also need to build a little wall around it. Just so that... We'll build a wall. We'll build some auto doors. Simply because otherwise they'll, you know, fall apart. And we'll just have this as our shed for repairs and things like that. So, components, steel. Right, cool. Do we have either of those? Well, we will when we dismantle all these mechanoids. Nice, there it is, look at that. A second drill, fantastic. Now, do we actually have another miner capable of manning it? Oh, Sidini, nice, okay, that's really, really good then. So we've got, Shari has a drill, Sidini has a drill. That's great news, because it means that we can actually, you know, we can actually get a decent amount of resources. Another mining co ship, excellent, good to see that our pads are being used. Start repairs. Not enough. What else do we need? Oh, we need one more component and some more steel, for the love of God. Do we really not have that many? Oh, we've got plenty of components, my dude. What I need to do then is actually set these to be important and then haul these over. Then what we'll do when this is finished, we'll clear all. And then we'll just, you know, do it as and when we need repairs. Because I think it'll be so rare that these repairs are necessary. Right, now in theory, there should be hauling some stuff. Why is this not hauling? Important? Did I make this only important? No, it's critical. Why are we not hauling more steel over? Steel there that I... Oh, there we go. Now we can haul it urgently. Weird. Maybe it was reserved by someone. Right, so we get this finished. And then what I also want to do is send everybody off on their little adventure to go to the ship crash site and see what all that's about. Because I've not actually seen that before. Hey, actually haul it, though? Why are they not doing that? Oh, there we go. Someone is now. Thank you. Right, Priscilla. Good, good, good. Now, we've also got to, seeing how slow she's moving, actually do the prosthetics. So I think we started the builds, but never actually got around to finishing them, just because we spent so many resources on the drills and things. Right, prioritize repairing them. Transport to the damaged spaceship, and this is going to give us opinion with Mining Co., which I actually don't know what that does. I wonder if it, like, lowers prices, or they send more ships or whatever. Got some cargo pods as well with loads of camel meat. My favourite. Love myself some camel meat. Right, okay, get out of here, ship. A better idea, actually, in hindsight, would be just to set it to low priority when we don't need resources, and then high priority when a ship is landing, and then just keep the other ones at important. So now they're going to take those away back to the main stockpile. Good. I think that works pretty well. And it's kind of a nice little, I don't know, little landing area too, huh? Healer Mechanites. Oh, is that it? Resurrected dead person. There we go. Okay. How do we build them? How do we mech... Okay, no idea. Let's copy that and just check a couple of different... Okay, it's definitely on that one. Machining workbench? Not there. Oh, no, machining workbench. Anti-mech rifle might be awesome. I mean, I don't really know where else you would build them. Maybe that's a specific workbench. Production? Mechanite assembly, that's 100% it, isn't it? Right, okay, so let's put that one... I mean, it could technically go there, but it's a little bit crowded still. I want to get it next to all of the workbenches, but oh, I suppose we could put it there. That's fine. There's doors on either side as well, so that doesn't really matter too much. Let's put that there. Repairs complete. Thank you. Take those crates as compensation? Oh, they've dropped us off some plasteel gold and packaged flour meal. Okay, sure. That's fine. That seems like a fair trade. So you do get better value out of it. 50% plasteel and the gold is much better, and you also get some little bonus meals there as well. It's pretty odd. So the last thing to do then, let's go to the world. Let's go form Caravan. I do have the Giddy Up mod. Someone asked last episode, you should get the Giddy Up mod to be able to ride the crate dragons around. I do have the Giddy Up mod. The only thing I don't have is Giddy Up and Go, I think it's called. It's one of the submods that allows you to ride the animals around on the map because it conflicts with one of the mods that changes the way pawns act, makes them a little bit smarter, changes the way your villagers act, makes them slightly better at what they do. So it doesn't work well with that one, but I do have all the other Giddy Up ones, which I'm just about to show now. So we'll send Krup Voosh, and we'll also send some backup as well. So who do we want to send? We're saying Krup. Now, who's our other... Oh, Lama Su was our other good warrior. Should we send them with... Oh, you know what? Let's send the Sith. Let's send Carl and... Krup and Carl. Krup and his apprentice, Carl Calrissian. There we go. And then we'll send them on Crate Dragons, which I think is absolutely incredible. Look at that. So what does that mean? Is there any way to see their speed? Like, tiles move per day? I'm not sure. Pack animal? No. Trainability will that? I don't actually know. Move speed, there we are. 4.5 CS. So Valerie by comparison, 3.5. Neutralopes. So they're actually our fastest animal as well. Like much faster than the slow repeats. That's not much of a surprise, is it? Awesome. So they move pretty fast, probably because they are gigantic beings. Right, so we'll take... What do we want to take with... Oh shit, we just got packaged survival meals. Okay, let's actually get those hauled in, because those will be incredibly useful. In fact, where are they? Oh, someone's... Lama Su's got them. There we go. Nice. Oh, that's so good. That's like actually so convenient. Right. Okay, so we're sending Krup. Krup. Send Krup. Send Carl. Send the bottom two Crate Dragons. I don't really care, to be honest with you. I don't think it really matters. Krup and Carl. There we go. 16.8 tiles per day is a lot. That's quite fast. We'll send them with our packaged survivor meals. Oh shit, the days of food count, it's very little, isn't it? Send them with some pemmican as well, I guess. Send them with some chocolate. I can assume that, oh, it doesn't rot, but 101 bars of chocolate is only 4 days, or is like 0.6 days worth of food. Don't feed them to the freaking Crate Dragons. Disgusting nutrient paste. No, that seems like it's not a good plan. We'll take some simple meals then, I guess. Oh man, this is slow, huh? Right, 5 days of food might be too much, but we can adjust that. How long is it going to take? Oh, it's going to take a day to get there. Right, I'm going way too far with this then. 1.9 days of food. There we go. Right, so 2.4 days of food, 10.7 tiles a day. Funnily enough, if we send them with any more pemmican, it'll weigh them down to an extent that they'll move slower. So watch this. Days of food 2.4. It's now 2.1. So this is the maximum sort of efficiency versus amount of food that we're carrying. And again, we don't need to take that much, but I'm just being careful. Apparently 0.9 days now because we've got less weight. Okay, sure. There's way too much food, but I want to be careful with things. You never know whether or not one of the Crate Dragons will die. I don't know what to expect there. I wish it wouldn't say this when you've clearly got more than enough food. We've got over... you know, double what we need. I think that's irrelevant. Alright, good luck, Krup and Carl, your first master and apprentice mission together. Now, we do have our own spaceship to build at some stage, but I think we've got to wait until we obviously get these builds done first. So I'm going to copy all of these, paste them into here, and we're going to set that up for Sidini to do. And then Sidini's jobs are basically going to be cleared besides... and we'll swap those around as well. So one person working on plasteel, the other's working on steel. So let's go Sidini, who is our second best miner. So everything before that, I'm just going to reduce down. Nice. I think that's great. That's perfect. Thank you all for watching. A productive episode, a big war. I mean, it can't get much better than that. We've got a cool quest coming up. Apparently, we've completed the Bionic Arm bill. Help Mining Co. A lot was achieved. I don't know why I was going to say, I don't know why our Crate Dragons are outside, but then it just occurred to me that, you know, we're actually just about to go on an adventure, so that would make sense. Goodbye. See, look at that. Majestic. That is... Let me turn the speed down a little bit so we can actually see him. Look at this. Utter majesty. That's the thumbnail right there. Incredible. And you know who else is incredible? It's the insane top tier level patrons, making the series possible in the first place. A big thank you to Lucas Holting, Sean Thornton, Haydock, Sidney, Tim Bragg, Laurus, Croesus, Vacuous Backers, Josh Lindeen, Tesla, Michael Mullen, Mora, Jacob Alexander Fenton, Powers Presley, Asuna Kirito, Conspire T, Jimbo, Orcs Wolf, Wakunda Vasquez, Tom Terrier 18, Average Gamer 419, Escape Zazzy 7011, Baniel, Faust, and Eric B. Much appreciated. It's gone to the wrong scene again. I need to delete the old one. It's a weird system I've got with OBS to be able to, you know, set all of this up, but I will fix that for next time. I'm sorry it keeps going to the wrong scene there, but a big shout out to those guys. Thank you for keeping the series going. Thank you for keeping the channel monetized, uncensored, and Rimworld heavy. And a big shout as well to Andrew Wilson, Nathaniel Lindbergh, Euphrates, I See the Great, Jack Allen, Wolfie, James Barnes, Betimus Max, Panther Pearl, Gabriel Anders, Llewellyn Thomas, Nathan Flores, The Sage, Joran DeVries, Haj Dumar, Abdullah, Alpha Scuff, Dunk217, Zach McDougall, Joseph Beard, Jordan Campbell, Harry McGowan, Chris, Sir Thor the Swede, Sir Death, Asero, Nick, Will Wade, Hancock, Noah Gallimore, Fraser Brennan, The Insane Pickle, Adam Person, Zico, John Holiday, Jay Lara, People for the Ethical Treatment of Animals, and Justin Plock. Thank you all for your support.